you said you wasn't nobody boss. I was something boss. Whoever's paying you was your boss at the time. The amount of time he's paying you, that's your boss. If somebody paying me right then and there, that's why it's hard for me to do shit. Somebody paying me. So Leo Cohen was your boss at the point? Like a chatty patty pig that he was my boss. He never put up a dollar. He misrepresents himself. And that's really what makes me mad. Is they act like boss. They make sure we know they're our boss. So like Joey I.E. He's the head of black music. Why is it black man doing black music? Business model with asylum that takes money off of the culture. But they can't get no money in their own culture. If Leo Cohen break a rock and roll group that you know of? Why do more black people know about that white man than white people? He was with Jay-Z and you. No, that's not why. He wasn't with nobody. He was Def Jam from Russell Simmons. That's what he did. And then when they sold Def Jam to Universal, they kept Lior to run the, and they had what's the name? Russell had nothing to do with Def Jam. That's what he did. There's always some white man in charge of black people. And there's always a white man that's not even from, and when I say culture, people that are like-minded, like Lior and Tom Moskowitz, able to pull from our and the aggression of the people around us, right. But still have, we had the intelligence not to do what everyone was doing. Like, you got a choice in the street, you can survive. But usually there's a paper bag of money that makes you do something that's against that honor code, and that's the thing that gets you jammed up. Compromise yourself. Yeah, and the things he taught me was don't ever compromise, you know? And it's not just him, he walks around with an OG. Word. And that's what Harlem dudes do.
Now let me ask you, you talk about Harlem a lot, you know, when you just talking or you live a long time. How did you meet up with Jay-Z, who was from Brooklyn? Because like you guys are tight.
You really still curious about the Jay-Z?
Absolutely.
You don't know the story?
Curious. No, we want you to tell the story.
Let me ask you a question.
No, this is not, you're not asking you.
Can I ask you a question? Have you never asked this question from me before? About Jay-Z?
But I was on a smaller scale. It wasn't as big as the
So let me ask you a question. Do you think everybody knows that question?
I don't think everybody knows that answer.
Do you know the answer?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
No, you tell us the answer. Tell us the answer. How you bet? No, it's different because we're on a different scale.
Is this the Harlem Queens thing? Like Harlem Queens don't get along? Let me ask you a question. Okay, let's be men, right? If somebody asks you the same question 25 times, maybe 2,500 times, do you still want to talk about the same thing? No. So that's just me being human.
No, I understand.
So I don't care what platform we on. I'm sick of talking about it. Let's talk about something else.
It's a different platform.
I know, but I want to talk about something else.
Yeah, but we can
sick of that question. I just told you. Next question.
That's cool.
No more Jay-Z questions. I answered.
Well, I want to talk about you say your OGs. You talk about your counsel. Like, I always wondered who was your counsel. Like, when you would scream on other executives back in the day. Mm-hmm. Like, were those the guys you would go to and say, yo, was I wrong for that?
I would never scream on other executives.
Yeah.
They weren't in my life at the time. But I had my crew and I had the people. See, the reason why I would scream is because it would be for me not putting my hands on it. See, the way I was taught, when you putting up money and someone doesn't do what you say or they owe you money, if you don't put your hands on them, then you can't be outside anymore. So you have to make examples out of people. So the yelling and the snapping and laughing at people I was taught to hurt people. But instead, I was also taught a smarter way to get at people. And that's one of the things that Daniel taught me. So, like, it would be the people that be around, and they would be straight, real tough.
Gotcha.
But I could just snap on them. We would snap all day. And instead of me having to kill these with guns, I killed them with jokes. And Daniel's a funny dude. You know, but when it came down to it, knuckle game's proper. You know in my eyes, I'm not f***ing around. You know I'm going to go all out for what I believe in. But I'd rather laugh at you than shoot you. I'd rather make a movie. I'd rather talk to you disrespectfully than have to punch you in your mouth for disrespecting me. That's what I was taught. Mm-hmm. So that's the way I was able to maneuver. So instead of going to get my gun, I was able to use my logic. And it's like math. Everything is simple math. You ask me a question 25 times just because you want everyone else to know. I don't care. I'm sick of answering that question. Period. So I don't want to talk about another man. I want to talk about other things. You know what I mean? Period. It's not men don't want to talk about other men. It bugs me out. Why are men so curious about other men? That makes no sense. I'm never worried about other men that much. Now, ask you as a woman. Why are men so worried about other men and how much money they got and all this other man stuff? Why?
Well, I think part of it is social media. You know what happens?
What's that got to do with it?
We put up a picture like
So you make money
David
from it?
Josh was here, and a bunch of people would be like, "Ask him this, ask him this," and it is true.
What's the money thing?
It is true that people ask the same questions because some people might not have heard the answer. Be one person.
Everybody heard this answer.
Well, no, I will say that.
Everybody knows my history with Jay. I already said, listen, let me just say something. Y'all saw my other interview. They told you the reasons why I don't want to talk about that, man. You got one of them hats on right now. I told you why. Because look at the guys right here. I told you why. Get off of that man. Oh, you asked that man. Y'all never asked that man no questions about.
We did. We definitely did.
What did he answer?
He did. He seemed like y'all.
I still want to talk about those days. That was 15 years ago. That's still how y'all make money? No, listen, if y'all still making money off of old substance, then how are you going to grow?
No, I agree with that, but
we're still talking about Jay. I haven't even seen Jay but 2 times in 15 years.
But this is my thing, though. That you did add something new to the conversation when you said you brought up the stuff about Desiree.
I didn't bring up nothing. I ain't say a name. I said, look, you still bringing it up. You got the hat on. I told you I don't want to talk about it. So I don't want to talk about it no more. You understand? See, y'all don't understand what's out there. People go to jail. People get killed for this kind of stuff. I don't play these ghetto games. But I'll be this bubblegum. I told you. Once it has a certain friends, we don't even talk about them no more where I'm from. So you think I'm gonna get on the camera and keep talking about this thing? I don't know what's going on over there. You got the hat on. You asked them. You calling out names. You call them.
Okay, so you talked about it, so you was
You did talk about, I would say you were the bad guy at one time. So that was your job. Now, the reason I'm asking...
I wasn't the bad guy. I was the good guy. I was the bad guy to the bad people.
Right.
I'm the good guy to the good guys. Trust me. Always going to be a bad guy to somebody. Listen, guys. I beat the shit out of you. And you a f***ed up dude, you did something bad. But in your mind, I f***ed you up. Am I a bad guy?
If I did something bad, no.
Yeah, to that person that got his ass whipped, I am a bad guy.
To the person that got his ass whipped, but
that's what I'm saying. So
even if I
hold on. So I'm walking around whipping ass. Somebody gonna say I'm a bad guy.
Right, absolutely.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say who's ass. Anyway, so I'm saying I'm gonna be a bad guy. There's all good guys like Batman. They said he was a bad guy, but he's a superhero. Everything that fights, they said Jesus was a bad guy. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Like, what do you get? Right? This is a joke I'll be saying, but I made it up. Right? Yeah. What do you get when you have a dinner with a bunch of people that you're guiding and taking care of?
What?
Hung up on a cross. Because that's what they did to Jesus. So you've seen men violate God. So all men gonna violate everybody. Here's the question I have. How come there was no women at the Last Supper? I'm asking.
I don't know. Why?
You never thought about that?
Nah, never.
See, that's the questions I be wondering.
Maybe they was in the kitchen cooking.
Nah, because
Yeah.
that's why you get violated. You ain't got no women around watching your back. You're getting violated. Period. The Bible is 3,000 pages about stories about men violating God. So that's just me saying men are always gonna violate other men. So I try to keep my circle tight and keep more women around. I don't like dudes that much. They be worried about the wrong shit.
There's also a lot of stories in the Bible where girls got men caught up.
No matter. I'm talking about the Last Supper. If I'm Jesus and I'm giving jewels and all that, I'm gonna have some girls around. There ain't gonna be some.
You feel like women are more trustworthy than men?
That's right. Women have estrogen, testosterone. See, estrogen, men should always want to be number one. A man should always want to be in the his nuts. His job is to go make women pregnant and to go take care of his woman, to go eat, to be the champion. So he's supposed to be number one. Like me, us three sitting here, no matter what, he knows he can have this life. He knows he can have it. Pause. In Harlem, we always think we supposed to think that. Because that's what real men think. You know, and that's what testosterone is. That's why you can't hide a bunch of men. They're going to resent you. You know what you get when you give a bunch of men stuff? They resent you for that. They want to kill you because they want to be the boss. If a man doesn't want to be the boss, then he's not a real man. Every real man wants to be a boss. Who do the girls like? A boss. So everyone that has girlfriends, they're going to keep their girls away from the boss. Because he's the most appealing, right?
Is that one of the reasons you've had a lot of problems with that boss?
I've always been the boss. I don't know. Those are not problems for me when men don't want to be around. That's a benefit. I run into that women other places. It's like, you know, like when a woman talks bad, when a man talks bad about another dude in front of a woman, that's because he's afraid that the woman likes the other dude. So more men or women or men talk about me to their women, more than women come to me. So that means that's the good guy. It's all about perspective. Been the good guy. Have I ever been the bad guy at home? That's what I'm saying. I've never been the bad guy. I'm always, like, if you at war, you're the bad guy that people fear. So whoever looks at me as a bad guy, they're on the wrong end, they're on the wrong team. If you're not honorable, if you don't play things fair, yeah, you better watch the because I'm protecting love. You see what I do when I got the right cause. I give it the platform to my friends, and I always have. I haven't been around. A lot of people got fat, but all my friends are starving, or the people that I left out there. Everyone's starving. A couple of people are fat. We're taking it back so everybody can eat. Movies, radio, books, everything. Fashion, everything. And when we have it, no one's going to have a boss. Everyone's going to be a boss. Period.
Are there times in business you feel like you haven't been honorable and fair?
Never.
That you can, people do make mistakes because
never. I've never not been honorable in business. Y'all keep telling me, every time I hear me not being honorable in business is from a radio show when men talk about men. It's never been from that man telling me in my face he has an issue.
Claim of an artist.
It's not a claim. It's never been no social media. How can a man say social media with a straight face?
It's what
Men don't listen to social media.
That's what they. That's
so
what
men don't listen to social media. A real man doesn't listen to a rumor.
And Twitter. That's why.
Let me ask you a question. What about real calm? Real calm.
We asking
real calm. Does a real man listen to what another man says about another man? Yes or no?
When you listen, it's up to you to take it in.
All right then. So you have no questions to ask me. I don't give a f.
But this is the radio business.
I don't give a f about the radio business.
You're an artist.
They don't give a f about nothing.
Usually it's over money that people have.
No, don't be over no money. Is it even over money? What's money to you? It's all relative.
To me?
Yeah.
It's all relative, but
It's $100,000 money?
It's money.
Not to me.
But you can't do. No.
Not to me.
It is money, though.
It's not to me. It's relative. I can't with $100,000. My bills are way more than $100,000.
Forget all that money talk.
I'm asking you a question. I'm trying to prove a point here so you can have a clarity of what you should be worried about.
So you're saying it's all relative based on who you are, what money is? Because $100,000.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, is $100,000 not to me? It's relative. So let me ask you a question. Did you disrespect me for $100,000? No. It's not worth disrespecting. It's not worth going to take your friend to court. It's not worth going to a radio station and talking about business. What's worth a real man talking about his business on the radio between another man? What's worth that? Let me ask you for your opinion. Radio. How much money?
None. I don't need the money.
Exactly.
It's not relevant.
Exactly. So when a man comes to the radio and talks about money and they're going to talk about me, I know that's not the issue. Because if it was really about money, he would call me. He wouldn't have called you. He know I'm not listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm listening to you ask me a question about another man's money. A real man don't answer those questions. A real man don't ask them.
Let's talk about you. Do you feel like you get your props as a mogul?
I don't care. Take my props. About props? I do get my props. I'm not a mogul. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil. Don't disrespect me. Say I do everything everybody else does, and I put up my own money. All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not? There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I can call them a boss. It's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, what's my boss? Do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not at Harlem. Okay, like this.
You're somebody's boss.
No, I'm not somebody's boss. When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work and do whatever you want. It's called consignment.
So why this can't be all work? It's corporate America. We could be
You own it.
But you own it.
You tell me you want this. Tell me so let me answer your question. Listen, can you give it to your son?
I give what to my son?
Whatever
She has this company, I absolutely positively can. Yeah, because I own shares of this company.
You bought her?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
This
to you?
company is
I'm
not
asking
my son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But I own
Wait,
shares.
stop. Listen. That's not my question. If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No. If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can you get it?
No.
Right. You don't own this.
But I can take the money from here to invest in myself.
No, it's not yours. I'm not going to fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other. I fight for me. I'm not a doer. I'm not gonna build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can. Like, but I'm not. No, listen. What I'm saying. What about taking the money? The same way you took the money from Def Jam. Stop. Don't say. So you're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about. I ain't take no money from Def Jam. What you talking about? I mean, they cut you a check. They didn't cut me a check. We had a formula based on performance, and they calculated it, and we got paid. And then stop. No. We listen. Before we had Rockefeller. We put up our own money for Rockefeller, right? Okay. Then we sold half of it. We became partners. So that means no one gave us anything. We were 50-50 partners. We built something and sold it. That doesn't mean you work for somebody. See, they let you believe that. So then what happened was, based on a formula. You know what a formula is? It was profit times a certain number. So if you make this much profit times 7, that's how much your number is. Okay. Based on that formula, they bought the rest. That's it. It's not nobody giving me money. I never worked for them. I put up way more money than Def Jam put up. Me, Biggs, and Jay put way more money up into Def Jam. Rather into Rockefeller than Def Jam. All they did was collect our money. What you mean? Why you think Def Jam? First of all, when we were with Def Jam, they were bought by Universal. How you gonna call that? How you gonna think someone that's bought by someone could be someone's boss? That's my point. You have to understand what you're doing in business because you got to do what's best for your kids. What's best for your kids is to put your money into something, the stress, go through all of it. So when your child becomes a man, he doesn't have to work for nobody. Right, well, that's the you can just pass it to him. Now you talk about so you gonna work 20 years in a business or 15 years in a business every day over and over again, and your son can't work here whenever he feel like it. You clowning him. I don't want him to work. That's me. I'm not saying if you own it. Wait a second. I'm here because time out. That's stupid. You should say time out. Because you ain't not because you want to check. I'm here because I want to check. Wait, time out. Time out. Control. Just say do that. So here, listen to me. So why don't you listen? I'm working for free. Who could work? Did you ever enjoy being a slave? It's not a slave. This is what I enjoy. This is slavery day. Do you have to come to work today? Do you have a choice? Do you have to ask somebody when you have to? Yes, you do. I don't. So you're fired. Can somebody tell you you're fired? Can somebody tell you you're fired? Yes or no? Can another man say you're fired? Absolutely. No one can tell me that. And that's priceless to me. But I'm here because I don't care. You enjoy having a man being able to tell you you're fired? But you have to. Okay, let me ask you a question. So you being selfish. Do you think your son enjoys you calling somebody else a boss? Don't you think your son would rather wake up with you and you could pick him up from school instead of having to do a 9 to 5? Don't you think that? Yeah, but don't you have to wake up at 4 in the morning? Don't you think your son would love if his name was up there? Dash, or whatever your last name is instead of somebody else's? My pride is my children. Look what I'm doing right now. Look at my son. I taught my son never to have a boss. He's 23. He owns a restaurant. He has cookies. He has equity. He busts his ass so he can pass it on to his son. If that's not what you hustling for, you're selfish. You keep saying I'm worried about my kids. You worried about you. My kids are good. How they good? Your kids will go back to kids. Investments like I'm in the Def Jam boardroom and backstage. That's supposed to work. I'm saying when they win, you're supposed to pass them something. You're working for that man. They're worried about that. See, to me, that's what I'm talking about. See, I feel like I'm in Def Jam boardroom. This is not backstage. Everybody cool out for a second. But then I'll ask this question. How's your business, man? What's wrong with taking the money from here and investing it into other stuff that we own? Listen. Thank you. Everybody eat a cookie. Cool out for a second. I'm not mad. The mentality is this. It's frustrating. Because you're on the radio and this message is crazy to me. You're saying because you enjoy music or being a DJ, you enjoy having a boss. If you enjoy being a DJ, just why don't you own your own radio station and then DJ for your own radio station so your son can just get on anytime he wants? That's all I'm saying. But it's steps to it. Yeah, no, there's no steps to it because I do it. See, you enjoy the safety and the security of a job every day. But there's no pride in that to me. My son takes pride. My kids take pride in the fact that I have Dash Motors. And because I have that, son said, I'm not going to ever have a boss. The mentality is different. It's just about changing mentality. Now, let me ask you a question. There's millions of people out there that don't have that opportunity and all have the opportunity. A boss every day. So you're basically saying because they have a boss, there's no pride in it? I think because people on the radio tell people it's okay to have a boss, they don't understand that they can have more. And because of the direct-to-consumer relationship, the internet, there's no excuse. So when I make a movie like Losada's, I don't have to ask if I can put Daniel in a movie. I just do it. I had to ask if I could put. Wait, hold on. I had to ask if I could put him. It's just a pride you should have. It's right up to that platform. How do you get to the platform? Putting your own money up and investing in yourself. That's it. You flip. And getting a good woman. And stop trusting dudes. And stop worrying about other people's pockets and what other people have and what other people can do for you. And 9 to 5s aren't good because you're hustling for a weekend. But when you can do something that's for yourself and your family, it never feels like work. I hustle for my last name. I don't hustle for my first. The last name, when my grandfather died, he looked at me and he knew that Dash was always going to be there, at least for the next couple of generations, either through me, my son, or my son's son. It's a mentality. I want to have generations of this. What if your kids aren't as strong as you? Mm-hmm. What if your kids aren't as strong as you? Then what?
And that's the reason why we set up the platform so they don't have to do anything.
You have a boss.
But you know what else is interesting, Dave?
You have a boss. How can a man say he has a boss and be proud?
Well, listen to what Luke has to say.
It's a mentality.
I want to say something with Dash, like, you say you should never worry about a man's pockets, but I vividly remember you clowning people for being broke.
No. I never clown someone for being broke. I'm clowning them for not spending money.
You clown people for that.
I know. You never heard me say, tell me a joke you heard where I said you broke.
I've been in the office before. You made sneakers
and
their clothes and say,
you know how many rich people buy white sneakers? I didn't cut Kevin Hart up because he wore Uggs. See, you made it.
This was
I'm telling you, it's not about money. In the office. You can't buy taste.
No, you can't.
All right, so I snap on people for having bad taste. It's not about money. So your approach is different. Your perspective, you see things through a different lens.
What was the pop your tags thing? I remember you started
because I used to pop tags. Because you know what happened was every time I went to the gym, I bought new clothes and I changed in the gym. So every time I finished, there would be a pile of tags. So I'd be like, look, y'all, I'm popping tags. That's all. What's the problem? Why are you offended?
I'm not offended.
I don't know. It's about we have a different taste level.
We have different.
You like a boss, I don't.
It's not matter about having a boss. You can say
it doesn't matter to you. And me, it does.
Because I have enough investment.
I don't. Investment. You don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. Investment. You sound smart to somebody dumb. You know what I'm saying? You have a boss.
You sound stupid.
You have a boss. Listen, do me a favor.
Talk and
in the mix of this conversation, don't tell me I sound stupid because now you're disrespecting.
No, you telling me I sound stupid.
Okay, did I say you were stupid? If I did, I'm sorry. But did I say you sound stupid?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
All right. And what you saying, Mo?
All I wanted to say was that since, because I heard somebody mention social media or something like that, but since the emergence, I think, of like a lot of the direct-to-consumer platforms, like the Instagrams and the Twitter, we start to see a lot of entrepreneurial people out there and a lot of businesses being, started from the ground level. We're seeing more and more people, making money off Instagram, off of that thing.
You don't have to show gossip anymore. You can do different things.
Could you have gotten to the point?
How do you feel about the fact that you sell gossip for a living? Like you sell gossip, you're a man. How do men sell gossip? That's for women. You talk about what other people say. Every day y'all talking about what you heard. That's gossip. That's women do that, man. That's what women do. I don't listen to your show. I don't want to hear about gossip.
Listen to your shit. You need to
sleep. I'm a boss. I wake up when I want. I don't give that.
I think there's a variety of things that we talk about in the show.
You talk about what you told to talk about. You got a boss.
No, we actually come up with
What you told what to do. The boss tells you what to do. If I'm a boss, I tell whoever. Your boss, you lying. You know what? What's your boss name? What's your boss name?
Which one? We got.
Oh my God. You proud to say which one?
Yeah, we're on 50 marks. We have a different project.
It's not your market. You don't own it.
Yeah, but
if they talk about them, you wouldn't be here. Because the people here is like,
no one never said that. Your boss said that?
Yeah, they say you.
Call him out.
They say you used to work.
Call him out.
Nobody used to work with you.
Call him out. Who said it?
I'm just saying.
See, gossip, and that's chatty. Don't tell me that unless you're going to call somebody out of a shoe. That's girl to me. I'm just telling you. I don't listen. Men that to me, right? Because I have testosterone, I got nuts. I don't listen to other men's gossip. A man that gossips should be doing nuts. That means he has a good time.
I got it, because I'm telling you.
It is gossip. Tell me who said it. I see right. You see where I'm from, you don't do that. If you want to live with the decision, I don't hear that. It's lying.
Then I'm chatty cat.
Tell me what somebody else said.
What's the movie, man?
The movie's gonna side this. You can get it at SizeMovie.com. I directed it. Daniel's in it. Smoke Dizz's in it. Murder Mook's in it. It's very realistic. I'm very proud of what I've done. Let's take it off me for a second. There is one thing I want to bring up that disappointed me. So I do think we should all just stick together. Pause.
Even you and Envy?
Definitely. Whatever you need culturally, a man is always entitled to have a different perspective.
Okay.
Me and Daniel argue hard. We talk perspectives loudly, often.
Same.
I talk to you on the phone, man. Yeah, okay.
I'm not just, you know what I mean? It's a guy that deserves that kind of conversation because he's shown it by his action.
But whenever you could get positive advice, you got to take it. You know what I mean? So it might be hard. You might not want to deal with the controversial conversation, but if it's beneficial and you can learn from it and it elevates you, why not? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I listen to everything.
Yeah.
I might not like it, but listen.
Again, a man's allowed to have a perspective. That's why
Absolutely.
if I said you were stupid, that's why I said sorry. I don't have the right to disrespect you. And I didn't like the way it felt when you said you being stupid. I'm like, you're not telling
Well,
me.
I apologize to you.
And it's cool. But my point is, what I was saying is we need to
I'm not going to apologize to him just in
I
case.
said, you listen to your own show.
It's all over the
Put your
place, man.
headphones on, man. Too tight. Now listen. The problem was this. We have to stick together. And I'm sick of us as a culture not sticking together. I'm gonna call somebody out from my culture. Calling out Spike Lee. He's doing the same thing I'm doing, like the Vimeo. And I had my local Hayel, Gabron Gaddison. He does all technology. He went and reached out to him and talked to him and asked him like we should link up and just talk. And he was like, the game is arrogant. He didn't want to offer no help. He didn't want to sit down with me, and I just didn't appreciate that. And I just want somebody to ask Spike Lee why he don't want to stick together, or why he don't think I deserve a conversation. When have I ever been arrogant with him? How can you not be successful if you're not confident in what you do? But why we don't stick together? Like, why is the first thing he would bring up is a fault of mine as opposed to, you know what I mean? Like, he's a great man. I would want him to say something good about it. So I'm only airing it out in public because I want it to be spoken about.
So sometimes it's reasons to call out other men or talk about it.
Well, it's a direct experience.
Okay.
And I called his name. But you're going to tell me somebody said something and not tell me who said it. You chatty patty.
I'm just listening. I'm listening.
Well, you was chatty
And learning.
So
Okay.
you've had experiences with Spike Lee in the past, right?
No, I have no experience with him at all. Like the sub back to nickname. And he came by my gallery once, but I don't think he came by on purpose. And once he found out, he broke out. He didn't hang out or nothing. And I'd just be like, yo, it would look cooler if we came through together. If he did something and he taught me and I could say Spike Lee, I would rather my honest experience with another black man be positive as opposed to it being like, damn, I reached out to just talk. Like, I thought maybe I could help him. He's still raising money. He's Kickstarter. I put up my own money. He has a voice. No disrespect. And to the millions that happen. But my point is, I just want somebody to call out Spike Lee and ask him why that day he said that and why he didn't want to have a conversation with another black man that reached out for help. I thought maybe he could give me some guidance and we could link up. It just hurt my feelings. You don't think also I wanted to bring up, here are the cookies, and I wanted to wait till you were on the radio to give them to you. Here's some cookies.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You got some more.
Yes, sir.
Trust me, you want...
Where's this going?
That, the reason why you're wearing them angels on your neck?
The reason I'm wearing them for my kids represents my kids. But you mean this style?
Okay, do you know who did that first? You?
Jesus?
No, me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ask Kanye. See, what happened was I get the angels made of my kids. I went to Jacob the jeweler. And then I was wearing the angel. And then Kanye was like, yo, I want to get an angel. Then I gave him my angel. And he was like, yo, I'm going to give it back one day. He didn't, but whatever. He forgets that one. I saw it. But then everyone else, you know what I mean? So it's funny how sometimes you don't even know that got designed by me. I designed it. What's on your neck. What represents your kids is because I inspired that thought. I made them to represent my kids. And you're wearing 2 of those on your neck. And I can show you the original one made. And you can ask Kanye or Jacob the jeweler or any one of them about that stuff.
It's good to see you and Kanye working together again, too, man.
Yeah, that's
Can you trust him, though? Because he's openly admitted he was disloyal.
I think about trust is you can't trust anybody. So you don't put enough into anybody where their disloyalty can hurt you. So there's nothing he can do to hurt you. all he can do is be what he's been. He has a platform. A lot of people listen to what he say, and as he's had that platform, he brought me into the equation by saying my name in an honorable way. That's worth millions. And
let me just say something here. Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
Just for the record, if you look at my man Dame, right? Because this is what I did the other day. I looked at Dame. I looked at all the people. I don't even have to call no names. I looked at all the people that started from him, and then they moved on. You know what I mean? Don't that mean a lot? Like for somebody to be able to bring people, like all the famous people that y'all talked about, the names that y'all talked about, and help get them to another level where they're able to help feed their family and feed other families. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It ain't about each other tearing each other down no more. You gotta look at the bigger picture. You know what I mean? And that's all he telling y'all. Like when he's screaming at you, talking about you working for somebody, hopefully that'll make you say, you know what? Yo, Charlamagne, your pretty face, like, maybe we should come in between that start our own joint, you know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. And you think everybody ain't gonna follow y'all, B? Like people listen to
Would you
y'all.
mind if I was your boss?
No.
So, how are you right now?
If you got the right money, yeah.
How much would it take for me to be your boss?
To do what? What do you need?
What do you do right now?
I do bum on this job.
What do you get paid?
I'm a radio personality.
What does your boss pay you to do?
Be a radio personality. Talk on air for 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day. How much does he pay for that?
How much you gonna pay me?
Yeah. You get that? You do it?
You? Yeah. Could you please stop throwing out numbers? I don't need to be trying to get.
Try stress-free grocery delivery with DoorDash. Download the app today.
I'm sorry, Don.
Real people, real celebrity, real talk.
I know you said you don't care, but do you think some people don't give you the credit you deserve for your business? Because it looks like by perception, the people you were with went up, the Jays and Kanye's, and by perception, they said you was down.
I can say this. In front of me, everyone gives me my props.
All right.
So all that I see is respect in front of me. I don't hear about the disrespect that's not in front of me. See, like I said, people that talk about other people that aren't there are cowards, and they're insecure about the lack of things they've done. So I just can't worry about that. But when those same people get in front of me, I'm sure every day I'm outside. Every day people give me a handshake and give me my kudos. So I don't walk around getting denied. You may read it in the paper, but you got to think about the platforms that are saying the bad things. Those are the corporate platforms. They're trying to take all the attention off one thing, which is me showing everyone how to get money direct to consumer. How not to have a middleman. Like, you guys be the boss because you've all been here so long.
I want to know if Big Al really gonna sign the Rockefeller. Man, I want to know stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Big L.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. We were talking about. He was always, like I said, Big L was a Harlem dude, and he was the first one in Harlem that was really doing it at that level before all of them. So like him, Cam, and Bloodshed, and Children of the Corn. Yeah. I was trying to think about when Mace came around. Like Mace came around a little later, but it was them. And yeah.
You think Big Al would have been one of the ones?
No doubt. If he was coming with Rockefeller, no doubt. I mean, Big L was really, yeah. No doubt. No doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, Jay-Z and Big L battled on 139th Street. How did that go? It was a good battle.
Who won?
Well, I would have to say this, right?
They weren't battles again.
Let me say what happened. I like that battle.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. I came around the block. I had Jay with me. And Sean Arnold, they're from Harlem. Everyone knows Sean Arnold's a funny dude. He plays ball. He come running up the block. What, Big L? Because we always talk. Big L's on the 39th right now. What's good? And I was like, what's good? So Jay was right there, like, you ready? And I thought that was brave of Jay to be in the middle of Harlem and walk up into a wild block like 139th. This was back in the day. So, everybody was outside. And 142nd Street is the block I'm from, but they were still with 139th, and then everyone related. So it was just me and Jay.
One of those yesterday.
And Jay, they went rap for rap. And Jay didn't get moved. You know what I mean? Like, people were saying it was a close tie. So to me, if you go on somebody else's block and it's a close tie, if you did that on his block.
On your own block.
And so that's how I gauged it. But in hindsight, I couldn't be objective because I had so much. Like at the time, everything that Jay was talking about was about what we were doing. So it was so much passion. What he was saying was so honest. But I knew Big L as well. So